If you had to guess, which state produced the most Supreme Court cases this year, would you have guessed Texas? Out of 35 cases argued this term involving everyday people rather than government officials, 5 of them came out of the Lone Star State. No other state came close. So, what's really going on here, and is it a coincidence? Let's dig in. Before we talk about Texas specifically, it helps to understand how the Supreme Court builds its yearly case list in the first place. Every year, the justices receive thousands of requests asking them to review lower court rulings. Their law clerks help sift through these requests, looking for cases that raise real, pressing legal questions without a messy, factual record behind them. Then, behind closed doors, the justices vote, and a case only moves forward if at least 4 of the 9 justices agree to hear it. Here's the key part. The court isn't required to take a set number of cases from any particular state or from any particular legal topic. That means the justices have complete freedom to prioritize whatever catches their attention, and certain patterns tend to repeat year after year. So what were these 5 Texas cases about? One involved a Texas man who successfully argued that a federal law banning gun possession for drug users couldn't be applied to him simply for using marijuana. Another involved a Texas woman who spent years fighting the U.S. Postal Service over mail that was deliberately misdelivered, a case she ultimately lost. The other 3 touched on issues like when a wrongly dismissed defendant creates a legal problem for the whole case, when someone can back out of a plea deal, and what a defendant can and can't discuss with their lawyer overnight during testimony. Notice something important here. None of these cases were about a uniquely Texan law. They were all about federal rules and legal precedents that apply everywhere in the country. So the real explanation isn't Texas law. It's something else entirely. The biggest clue is where these Texas cases came from on their way up. 4 of the 5 went through the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit, the federal appeals court that covers Texas. And here's the thing about the Fifth Circuit for 3 years running. It's had more of its rulings overturned by the Supreme Court than any other appeals court in the nation. Legal analysts often describe the Fifth Circuit as the most conservative appeals court in the country, more conservative, even, than the Supreme Court itself. That gap sometimes creates disagreements with other, less conservative courts called circuit splits, which is exactly the kind of conflict that draws the justices' attention. To be fair, some legal experts point out that the Fifth Circuit simply handles more cases overall than most other circuits, so naturally it gets reversed more often in raw numbers, even if not by percentage. Beyond the Fifth Circuit link, a few other factors stack the deck in Texas's favor. First, simple math. Texas is the second most populous state in the country, with close to 32 million residents. More people naturally means more lawsuits. Texas also has the largest prison population of any state, and criminal cases make up a significant chunk of the Supreme Court's yearly docket. Second, Texas doesn't shy away from legal fights. The state's attorney general has filed well over 100 lawsuits against federal policies in recent years, covering everything from immigration to environmental rules. State lawmakers have also passed laws specifically designed to challenge existing Supreme Court precedent, like requiring the 10 Commandments to be displayed in public school classrooms, a law clearly written to invite a legal battle. Put all of that together, a big population, an aggressive legal strategy, and a direct pipeline through the nation's most reversed appeals court, and Texas's dominance on the Supreme Court's docket, starts to make a lot more sense. So, will Texas keep showing up at the Supreme Court next term? Given everything working in its favor, population, prison numbers, an aggressive attorney general, and its ties to the Fifth Circuit, there's a good chance the pattern continues. What do you think? Does one state having this much influence over the Supreme Court's docket seem fair? Or should the court be more balanced across states? Let us know in the comments. If you want more breakdowns like this on how the American legal system really works, make sure you're subscribed to Stateline Report. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.